Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you all for coming. This afternoon, we are all gathered here today to commemorate the genocide that took place in the year 1864 at the hands of the Tsar imperialist governments. The Circassians were once known to be the largest ethnic group in the North Caucasus and dominated the region until the war between us and the Tsars began in the year 1763, but ended in a catastrophe of merciless aggression and forced expulsion from our homelands. Emperor Tsar Alexander II himself, who is a historical figure in today's Federation of Russia, ordered the annihilation of us Circassians by having his army forcibly exile and mass slaughter the vast majority of us through the entire region of the North Caucasus. After being exiled, our people had been scattered across most parts of the world. Additionally, our population under the Tsarist order was replaced by Cossacks and other ethnic groups of the Tsarist Empire in the North Caucasus region. Today, as part of the diaspora, there are known Circassian communities in the Middle East, the Balkans in Southeast Europe, Turkey as Asia Minor, North Africa, and East to Central Europe, such as Poland. However, the largest Circassian population known is in Turkey, estimated between 3 to 5 billion, larger than the Circassian population remaining in the homelands. The government of the Federation of Russia today adds insult to injury by commemorating the political figures such as General Ivan Lazarev, General Grigory Zaz, and Tsar Alexander II himself, who were especially keen on effacing us Circassians from our homelands. Currently, the Tsarist policy of supplementing the memory of us Circassians in our homelands with cultural artifacts from figures of the Tsar Empire are a natural policy for the conquerors to pursue. Moreover, it does not help to improve the inter-ethnic relations in the North Caucasus, which today is known as South Russia, and produce a sustainable peace. We Circassians around the world will continue and never stop to fight for recognition. The world knows the cruelty of the attempts to hide the history of Sochi. The world knows the oppression of us Circassians. Tsar Alexander II may have freed the serfs, but his war against our stateless people of the Caucasus cannot be ignored. The exile of Circassians will remain as a deep heart wound and a great calamity that will never be forgotten and will always be remembered by all people of Circassia, the whole Caucasus, and all the people across the world. This day, we recall the hundreds of thousands of Circassians who had faced the horrors, persecution, and painful deaths from the motherland across the Black Sea. This genocide acts as a foundational historical trauma that unites various North Caucasian ethnic groups. It is therefore that the Circassian genocide deeply affects all North Caucasian groups of the Northern Caucasus. It has now been 162 years since the calamity. This crime has still not been recognized by those who had committed it. The imperialist and nationalist ideologies are behind the perpetration of such crimes. We have seen it repeated many times in the modern era. It is only through the recognition of such crimes and the roots behind them that will prevent humanity from seeing its ugly face again. We will now have a 1-minute silence to remember all those who had faced the calamity and the horrors and had suffered tremendously. For 1 minute, please, everyone. Thank you very much. And now from here, we will march down to St. James Park, headed towards the lake, where we will conclude this commemoration. Thank you.
thank you all for attending this specific location. We effectively travelled here to this lake at St. James Park to conclude our commemoration. We will cast out our flowers into the lake, as all waters, such as lakes and rivers across this world, are interconnected with all the seas and oceans. This is because all the water on Earth connects through the global water cycle. It is therefore that this lake in front of us here will represent the Black Sea itself. We will now place these flowers in our act of remembrance of the pain and horrors our ancestors had when travelling across the Black Sea. So can we all now please? Thank you. Have a good talk. Thank you everyone. Thank you for attending. And now we're going to